Question number 3. What? Okay, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why did she have to word that in the most confusing way possible? This homework assignment has taken like 2 hours, and I'm sitting here and I haven't taken any breaks. And why does my desk have to be so dirty? I just cleaned it like the other day, and this is so annoying. I'm just gonna go on YouTube for like 2 seconds. It's fine. I deserve a break.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing some life hacks for school, for studying, because school can be rough sometimes. So I decided I just want to share a few tips that I have. So I know this isn't exactly a DIY video, but I was noticing that a lot of DIY channels have a bunch of life hacky videos. So I was like, that'd be really fun, and also I think I have a few tips that I would like to share. These are not scientifically backed up. I try not to make them as generic as possible. So obviously these are things that have worked for me, but they might not work for you, but I'm just gonna share them just in case they do. Ooh, that rhymed. Sorry. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. I do DIY videos every single week, so it'd be awesome for you to stick around, and I'd really appreciate it. And yes, with all that being said, let's get straight into the hacks. Again, I've got my lovely script here to tell me what to say because I always forget, so let's do this. Number 1 is to plant yourself in front of other people. Now, I know I love working by myself. I love working in this room with the door shut, just in private, and that works for me most of the time. But when I really need to focus, I like to go out of my room, kind of like more in the living room, where my mom is, just because even though she's not making sure that I'm doing all my work or whatever, it's still helpful to have someone there because you're just kind of forced to be more productive, and it's harder to procrastinate because you're kind of away from all these distractions and stuff. So when I really need to focus, I like being near other people where they can see me, so I can sort of be held accountable, if that makes any sense. Number 2 is to switch up the locations, and I know this also might not work because not everyone has the space to do this, but I find myself when I sit in one place for probably over an hour, I start to get really cooped up, sort of. So what I would recommend doing is just trying to shift around a little. I've got my desk back here that I sit at. I also have a mini table on the floor that I sit at sometimes, and then outside of my room and outside, just wherever. It doesn't have to be a huge jump in location, but it is helpful to maybe every hour or so just switch it up so that you're not sitting in the same place feeling all sad and miserable trying to study. So I just find it helpful to switch it up. Number 3, and this is so weird, sometimes when I'm really stressed out for the next day, or I'm tomorrow has got to be a productive day, or I'm screwed, or I'm I have a test tomorrow and I'm feeling really nervous or whatever, the night before I'll write myself a note, and then I will literally just when I wake up in the morning, I get to read it, and it's a nice little motivation booster. It sounds weird because you're writing a note to yourself, but it's still a really nice way to wake up in the morning and just know that you have some kind of encouragement there, I guess. Yeah, so I do that, and it has worked for me for most cases. Number 4, and this is gonna be counterintuitive, and it really depends on your personality, so quick personality facts. I stress out a lot about work, so if I have an assignment that's pretty big, I will literally not leave any room for anything else. I'll tell everyone, I need the whole day to do this, okay? I can't make any plans. I'm not available whatsoever. Just give me the whole day to myself so I can take care of these things that I need to do. But I actually find that to be a little too much. So if you find yourself like me and you're taking, too much time. You're like overestimating the amount of time that you need for an assignment. I would recommend, you know, it's okay to make a few plans just to encourage you to be more productive when you're not doing those plans. But again, I know a lot of people, that's like the opposite problems, right? They make too many plans and they don't leave enough time. But for me, I just don't make any plans at all. I have like 12 hours in the day and I'm just sitting there at my desk just kind of procrastinating and not getting it done. So I would make plans if your personality is like me. Number 5 is to be smart about taking breaks. I know, so everyone knows that if you're studying hard, you should definitely implement some kind of break system. You should walk away from the work, which let me tell you, I'm actually really bad at that. So I need to watch this video back and perhaps listen to my own advice. But what I mean about taking smart breaks is, I know, don't go to TikTok, guys. Don't go to Instagram. Don't go to YouTube. Don't go to any like thing that you can kind of get sucked into, because like, you know, I'll be like working for an hour, I'll be like, that was awful, I'm gonna just go on TikTok now. And lo and behold, 1 hour later, I'll be scrolling and I'll be like, shoot. So, ideas for breaks is to, I don't know, walk into the kitchen, get a snack, maybe do a little bit of exercise. You know, on YouTube they have all those little workouts you could do. You could go for a walk, which sounds so, I don't know, old-fashioned, but like, just do it. It's nice to get a little fresh air. Just do anything that you won't get sucked into, and it's something that you can do and be done with in a certain time frame. Number 6 is to make the activity fun somehow. When I do math homework, I actually kind of enjoy it because I can listen to an audiobook at the same time. Now, this does not work for English, this doesn't work for most other subjects, but particularly math, something about it, I'm just capable of like listening to an audiobook while doing calculations because they don't interfere in my brain, if that makes any sense. So if you can find a way to make the activity, you know, a little more exciting, totally go for it. It could be listening to upbeat music, or I don't know, just like find a way to make it not so miserable, because it's not good for you to constantly associate like doing homework and studying with bad things. So if you can make it something that you can look forward to, that is amazing. So number 7 is to make a nice space for yourself. I know not everyone cares about this, but I think it's fun to just, you know, spend some time decorating, obviously when you don't have a lot of homework or whatever. Just make your space some place that you can enjoy and that you actually like studying, and that it's organized. And if you don't have like your own room or whatever, just like, you know, you can always just have a little organized space. As one of my friends once told me, it's like, it's kind of an aesthetic to set out a nice homework area. And I was like, that's true. If you have all the cute supplies, you know, DIY, whatever, it can actually be nicer than a cluttered, disorganized, dark space that is no fun to study in, because I know I can't handle it. Number 8 is to tell someone your plan, or I mean, even better, work with friends. I know this is not that's a pretty generic thing to do. But if I have like a lot to do, generally, like if you have a best friend that you talk to all the time or whatever, just like shoot them a text. I mean, it depends what your relationship is and if that would be really weird. But I do that sometimes. I'll literally shoot someone like a text. I'll be like, okay, so here's my plan. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because like, even if they don't like ask later or whatever, I still like, the fact that I told someone just makes me so much more motivated to do it for some reason. Like you could tell your parents, your friends, your kids, if you have them, like, this is what I'm gonna do. And more likely you're going to do it because you told them you would. Maybe that doesn't work for everyone, but something programmed in my mind, if I tell someone that I'm totally gonna do something, then I will. Number 9 is to set out items to force yourself to do them. So what I mean by this is, you know, if you have a homework assignment, it's just so much easier for me to physically just set out that textbook, set out that book, and the pencils, so that like I literally don't have any excuses to actually get started. Because for me, once I start, it's a lot easier to keep going. but the starting is the hard part, so you can just set out all the materials you need, and just be like, they're all here, I don't have any excuses, I gotta do it now, then perfect. Okay guys, so that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Happy studying if you do have to study, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you have an amazing week, and yeah.